Morning, welcome to Kellin Beach. This is the Holtsey Angling Club Christmas match, so lovely little get together. I fish this every year, so the sea's really calm, the wind's sort of southwesterly. Could be a nice day, but you've missed a couple of matches. I've missed a couple of matches, so I've not been able to put them up for you. My back went last Saturday, so I had a week off work, trip to the osteopath, been a nightmare. So I'm just about hobbling about, and I'm going to take it really easy today and just enjoy the day. But I've got Charlie Needham on my right hand side and Dave Wright, one of the best known sea anglers anywhere, on my left hand side. We are just under the car park. I've got to be honest, that's not where I'd want to be. But for today's purposes, that is just nice to be back on the beach. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. Norfolk Angling Club is split by anglers using braid and mono, and a lot of angling clubs are as well. And today I don't like doing it, and I won't probably do it in the future, but today I'm gonna put my braid on, which I use down there's Weybourne Cliffs. It can be really handy in that rough ground, really strong braid and light hook links. You can get some codling and stuff under there, but there's a lot of people using braid in matches. Personally, I think it's not necessary, but today I'm going to do it, show the pros and cons of it, and yeah, up to you what you do, because it's within the rules of the game. So one of the problems is it does and can cut other anglers' line, but I'll be fishing short today with heavy braid, so I'll keep out the way of everybody else, and that'll be that. Nice easy match, but you should see some bites on it because it is direct. If there's fish here, we'll see the bites. But yeah, right, get set up and we'll have a look in a bit. Right, we've got the rod set up, and trace today going to be really simple. So 3-hook flapper, short snoods and big hooks. I'm just here to enjoy myself, and hopefully there'll be a few bigger whiting around there. So on that, because I haven't sorted any bait out, because I didn't for life of me think I would be fishing today, I've got some frozen mackerel in chunks. So that'll have to do. But all the anglers having a few practice casts just to see how they get on, see what the bottom's like, and I'll probably do the same. We've got another 20 odd minutes yet until kick off. There's the odd seal dotted around, so there's bound to be some fish here. Back before we start. Right, before we start, this is what's termed as an open match, so anyone can come in here. You just book in and pay your money and away you go. But there's a few things the match organisers like you to have in place. If you've not fished a match before, I'll explain all, and if you've done hundreds of them, just bear with me. But they like you to have a bucket and a proper measure, and put some water in the bucket so that when you reel the fish in, you can drop them in the bucket and take them to your neighbour. Now, it's generally expected that you go to the angler to your right, and if he's a bit busy, just wait and let him do what he's got to do, and you just get your timings right. And if he's really in a muddle, then obviously you've got to go to the angler to your left and get it sorted out like that. But once you're here, you'll be given a match card. They vary, so this is our one today, and basically if it's got a column, then fill it in. I'm a good person to talk about this because I've messed it up numerous times. So whatever you catch in there, the length it was, and then the points that you're going to get, and that's all on the back of the card. And then keep up with the running total and try and add it up right if you can. And then on this one, time the fish was caught just helps Tony write a report so he knew what was caught and when. And then the initials of the angler who signed the fish in, and his peg number. and you know, if you get this wrong, it can be disastrous. So if there's no initials, for example, in there, then whatever fish was recorded in there will get disqualified. And in some of the bigger matches, you know, that's disastrous. So you've got to make sure you get that right. But apart from that, it's all pretty straightforward. There's just as much help available in the open matches as there are in the club matches. But if you can set your stall out and you know, get the admin right, you're doing okay. Right, we'll have a word with next door in a minute and see what his tactics are for the day. But yeah, can't wait to start. We've got quite a few matches coming up over the next few weeks, so hopefully back will get better and I'll start enjoying my fishing again. But we'll see. Right, the wind's a bit gusty, so it's very, very difficult to hear anything, but I'll come across with my neighbour, that's Charlie Needham, and he's not a braid user. It's a multiplier, 2 outfits set up, and it's a 3-hook flapper. But one thing he does do, he does like the plain leads, so moving it about in the tide, trying to find the holes, the gullies, and possibly the fish as well. So he's always pretty well organised, and he'll have good bait, so you'll see some fish come out between him and Dave Wright, both good anglers, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But both know that I've gone on the braid. If I cause them any problems, I'll take it straight off. But one point of note is I've got about 50 matches on this channel, and I think 48 of them have been won by anglers using monofilament, and certainly the Bass Festival was completely dominated by it. So it's up to you what you do, really, as long as it's within the rules. No one can tell you not to use it, but I will just we'll make a video with me using braid. You'll see a few bites, I'm sure, and we'll go through the pitfalls and the advantages of using it.
Pitfalls.
Yeah, pitfalls. Right, Charlie, good luck. Right, you've met Charlie, so it's now time to see Dave Wright. So very, very well known match angler you are, aren't you? So
Well, I have been around a while.
across the country, I think everyone recognise you. So 3-hook up, and yeah, monofilament man.
Definitely.
So I've explained to the anglers either side what I'm doing, and both are happy. If I cause them any problems, I'll take it straight off and we'll go back on the mono, which is my preferred tactic. But we just want to see how it goes and you know, put the debate to rest, because in my opinion it's probably unnecessary in open matches and any matches. And what do you think, Dave?
I think you're right. I personally, I don't like braid. I do use it in the boat, I must admit, but that's a totally different thing.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying to me earlier you can lose a lot of fish by doing it.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. You know, it's so harsh. There's no giving it at all, and yeah, I'm not happy with it at all.
No, I can understand that, and I do feel the same way. But for the purposes of the video and you know, the debates that have been going on during the week with the WhatsApp groups and stuff that I'm connected with, I thought, you know, I'd get other anglers' opinion on it on the beach, and the ones that are time served, really well known, respected anglers like yourself. So I hope you do well today.
Well, we all like to do well.
But it is fishing, and you never can tell.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm here.
There'll be plenty of fish here.
Oh yeah, some good anglers all the way along the beach, so you're going to find fish. But as long as you enjoy the day, I think I've said that numerous times on this channel.
I just love my fishing, and yeah, I shall enjoy it, whatever the outcome.
So will I. Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Well done.
Take care and good luck.
Okay, we just get baited up, but if you've been following this channel from the start, you'll know that its success is based on 2 things really. One, I have to have the match organisers let me let me film the match, and I didn't have any problem with that, to be honest. But the only reservation I did have at the start was whether the anglers on the next pegs would be open to what we're doing. And I've been next to some fabulous anglers with really good reputations, and you can't hide anything in match fishing. You've got 5 hours of fishing and the results are all transparent at the end, and not one angler left or right of me has ever refused to be on film. And that it takes some bottle, because you know, it's not an easy thing to do. And if you've got a really good reputation, you know, it's not going to be lost, but you are putting yourself right out there in people's living rooms. And yeah, but everyone knows who they are, and I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of you who've been on the next peg to me over the last sort of 16 months, and those who are coming up to be on the next peg next to me over the next however long we manage to keep the channel running for. So yep, thank you very much. Right, must be time to put some bait on now and have our first cast. Before I chuck this out, I'll just show you what I'm doing. So it's a 3-hook flapper, and I use these white booms often, find them very easy. And then, crude as it is, 2-0 hook with lumps of mackerel on there, 5-ounce grip lead. And yeah, just do that all day, I think. So I use quite a short rod. It's a Century Tip Tornado, but it's not a normal one. I cut a foot off the bottom of it and move the bottom eye from there to there, just so it fitted the way I wanted to fish under those cliffs, because this is my braid outfit, and I'm not totally anti-braid. I just think it's brilliant for over rough ground if you use a rotten bottom on the end, and then light snoods, and then heavy braid, and that gets your gear back out of that rough stuff. But yeah, the topic of conversation we're dealing with is in a peg match when there's people in very, very close proximity to you. So the thinner the braid, I think the more likely it is to cut through other people's lines if you're unlucky enough to get crossed over. You can see Charlie in the background there. He's 3-hook flapper. It's going to be worm baits for him by the looks of it. So the fish can sort out the better whiting, definitely. So I'm going down that, but I think we're going to struggle on the flatfish front. But you never know, do you? And I'll let you know what Dave's up to as the match goes on. But there's some good anglers all the way along the beach. Could be one from anywhere, but if you know by now, I do like that far end down to the right. I think that takes some beating, but fish can swim. So yeah, we're all set up now, just a case of lobbing it in the water and seeing if we can get something to take it. Right, first cast is in the water, as always. Flicking braid out, completely effortless, flies where you want it, no problem. We've made a start, and that's going to sit there nicely. There's not a great deal of tide, and because braid is thin, it cuts through the tide. It won't pick up any weed, or not so much weed, and the bites, if we get any, will be rod rattlers. So that is a real bonus, and that's why a lot of anglers like it for boat fishing. I wouldn't use anything else off the boat, or over rough ground rock marks. I think it's excellent stuff. But yeah, we don't have to. The other advantage is we don't have to today fish to the clock. With mono, a lot of anglers, including myself, unless a smoothhound or a bass or something takes it, will work out what's doing what by the time. So, but I'll be able to see the bites on this, and I'll be able to gauge when to pull it in as and when I think there's there's fish on the other end of it, especially whiting. They're not always the biggest giveaway on mono at range, but nothing on there yet. So I flicked it out there about sort of 65 yards, I suppose, not far, but you don't need to cast very far on this bank as long as you're sort of below the low water mark. That usually does. But yeah, quite a nice sunny day considering it's been so miserable all week. I saw Dave flick out. He's on some lot smaller, finer gear than me. Worm baits tipped with little slivers of fish. So I'm predicting he'll do really well. We're only 2 minutes in. This job, well, the phone's still, the wind's blowing so hard, but there's a fish already knocking on there. That'll have to be a good one to get that lump of mackerel in with a 2-0 hook, but we're not here to mess about today. You see, it's just so direct. The bites just show up so well, instantaneous. And years ago, when I first moved to Norfolk, I came up with my pike gear really, and it was just a Shimano bait runner and a pike rod. And I did have braid on that, and I used to do loads of pleasure fishing for dabs, and I had great fun. And yeah, no problem with it. It's just when I moved over into the matches, I found out that the vast majority of the anglers that were winning the matches were doing it with monofilament and shock leaders. I've still got a shock leader on here, but it's Braid mainline. And yeah, I ended up switching back to my favourite, which is a 0.35 mono with a 70-pound shock leader, and I haven't really looked back since. But there's only one tapping around on there. I'll just leave it. Something there. It's a big hook though, a 2-0. For these daytime matches especially when anything counts. Anything over 18 goes on the card, so could be messy. I might have to change, but if them big whiting are there, I won't bother. First cast up the beach from Mr. Wright on the next peg. There's fish on there already. 3 whiting. Could be a busy day. They don't look massive, but they'll count. We'll go and have a walk over there. There you go, triple shot. Nice start. My first cast, and I've got 2 whiting and a massive ball of weed. So I didn't see anyone else pull any weed in. Charlie's coming across. I saw he got a flatty and a whiting, so we'll get him measured in. It's gonna be hectic.
Yeah, it was a bit better fish. Oh shit, I've got my ruler.
My second cast on the beach, and 3 whiting. 2 of them are half decent, and a little one on the bottom. Still big enough to card, so that's all right. But I saw every bite, not a problem, and no weed. Norfolk's still full of whiting, so this is the latest triple shot. So I'll have had 11 in the first sort of half an hour, and Dave next to me, he's had, I think, 15 fish in 5 casts. And Charlie Needham's doing the same. They're just everywhere, there's loads of them. Just got to find the better ones. The fish are still coming, and it just goes to show that's a 2-0 hook, and that is a tiny little dab, probably 19 centimetres or something, and he still managed to wind that lump of mackerel in his mouth. And there's a better white in there, but the other hook's bare, which is a shame, because Dave next to me has not brought a hook back since the start of the match without a fish on it. Amazing. Well, it's really hectic fishing, to be honest, far more hectic than I enjoy, but nonetheless amazing to be out. And that the whiting are just rattling it so hard, it's just bouncing in the rest. And then once they've sort of all 3 hooks are filled, or whatever's going to be fills up, or I've had a bit of weed as well, then it just backs off and it all just sits there waiting for you to reel in. So it's very transparent what's happening. You can see absolutely everything. But I'm still getting whipped by Dave Wright on the left hand side, who's just on the conventional mono tactics and fishing to the clock. So Charlie and myself are much of a muchness. That's not uncommon. See what he's got this time. While we got the camera on, we might as well see it through. Lump of weed. I've had my fair share of that, to be fair. Double shot, nothing on the bottom hook. Right, let's have this out. Still bouncing away, look. Another 2 white in a dab for me, and let's watch the Dave Wright show. What's he got? Out they come. Oh no, he's still got a little way to go yet. Plenty of weight on there. He has got 3 dabs. There you go, perhaps a white in a switching off. There's no denying the bite indication. Phenomenal. Every tiny little tap, you see it. No stretching braid, very, very direct. And I have lost a few bass using it in my formative years of sea fishing, just because they hook pulled in the swell on the edge, so that's one of the reasons that put me off using it, to be honest. But a very direct way of fishing. About just over 2 hours gone now. I've got 28 fish on the card, so I'm doing all right. Dave's still plodding along there, pulling them out, and Charlie the same. And yeah, it's a braid experiment. I'm not far behind. That rod's just bouncing all the time, to be honest with you. But as the tide eases off, I'm just gonna lengthen them snoods up a little bit and make them a bit lighter, because we're gonna have a spell where everything goes a bit slack, so might have to start moving things about a bit, and there have been indications that it's slowing down slightly, so we'll try that. Still on the mackerel, because that's all I got, but not doing too bad at the minute. Charlie was busy, so I came back across to Dave, and it's a good chance to show you his bait table if he doesn't mind. So all the time he's been using lugworm, but he has got loads of options, and he's been tipping off with these little sprats and bits of squid, and I think you've got some mackerel as well, have you? No mackerel?
No mackerel, no. I kept it minimal today. I didn't try and confuse myself.
No, you've done a good job up to now.
Try to do sand eels, they work. Everything's working really.
Yeah, I know,
When
yeah.
there's that many fish out there, they're fighting for food, so they're not really fussy, are they?
No. Have you always been a fixed ball man and the
No.
continental rod?
No, not at all.
I didn't think so.
I love my long rod and the multiplier, but with this sort of fishing, you've got to fish quick and short.
Yeah.
And you know, nice little tippy rod to use, see the bites. Yeah.
We've done well now. We've got 2 hours to go. The blustery wind's playing a bit of havoc, but apart from that, it's been a nice day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not as cold as it was when we started, thank goodness.
No.
Unless it's because I've been running around.
You've been doing a lot of that.
I have.
I don't know how many fish I've got on the card. Quite a few now, I
Yeah,
think.
you
But
have, yeah.
not
I think
doing.
you've got more than me, actually, or we're about maybe similar.
Yeah, it's not much in it, is there? But yeah, Mike's doing all right as well, next door to you, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hippo looks pretty laid back as well, sat there like the king of England.
He's a fair bit behind me.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even made 300 yet. So.
No. Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
So we've got an hour and 45 minutes remaining, and currently I'm sitting on 35 fish for 527 points. And it's a very similar story next door to me with Charlie. Not quite sure what Dave's accrued and Mike there, but I don't think there's a tremendous amount in it, but the water's, the tide's slackened right off and the fish are getting finicky. Tricky conditions coming up, I reckon, for the last hour or so, but maybe a big flounder at the bottom of the tide, and they haven't been about lately, so you can't bank on that, but we'll keep plodding on. We've got to catch what's there, and the whiting have backed off and we're left with dabs, and they're not very good ones. Look. So that one will be about 22, that one might stretch the same, it's a bit slinky. But yeah, Charlie's just nudged ahead of me, so it's very close, about 25 points in it, something like that. But anything can happen in the last hour, good and bad. Oh, we'll bring you back. Just over an hour remaining, and it's all very nip and tuck. I've thoroughly enjoyed my fishing, I must say. Caught loads of fish, used 3 mackerel for bait all day, nothing else, that's all I had. And I've seen every little bite off every little fish. And yeah, it's good sport. The only thing I've been worried about all day is snaring up with the anglers either side of me. There's been no tide run, so it's not been a problem. And I'm not too bad when it comes to accuracy, but I would hate to think I'd ruin someone's day by catching them and then cutting their line off with a braid, or getting in such a muddle we couldn't untangle it or anything like that. So that's the only downside I can see with using it. I don't think it gives you an advantage to numbers of fish caught or anything like that, and it's a very even split along this beach between multipliers and fixed balls, and I think if the fish are there you'll catch them. And they have been, up to now anyway. About last 30 minutes and the whiting have come on, so I managed to get one on the bottom hook. Mr. Right up there's just had a triple shot. Going down to the wire this match, I don't know what's happening down there. Haven't been able to keep track of it. It's been hectic enough up here. I'll walk over and see what we're on. 656 points. Charlie's on the same. Young Jack Top in there, he's on the same. And I don't know what Dave Wright's got. He had a little bit of a quiet spell a little while ago, so we'll see. Not long to go now, but if you have a look at Dave Wright's bait presentation, that is very neat, and everything is immaculate, and it's made a difference, hasn't it? Although I have been lucky and caught you up slightly, but we are in the throes of the last bit of the match. I think everyone's caught loads of fish, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, yeah.
It's been a good day out, really, hasn't it?
An interesting result at the end of the day, because
Yeah.
I think I've got a lot of points very close.
Yeah, there will. And I know there's been whiting up to 37, so that's not bad for this part of the coastline, is it? And I haven't managed to tangle you up in braid anyway,
No,
so.
no, I thought you'd gone over my belly because I'd only just cast, but
That sorted itself.
I pulled it out really quick. So.
Yeah, well, I'm stopping the lead 2 seconds before it hits the deck and feeling it down, and then just paying it out on the bottom. So
yeah,
that's how I'm managing to avoid you and Charlie. But
we've been okay, no problems.
no,
Shouldn't be.
that's
really.
what I've been nervous about. I mean, there's not the fact the braid catches fish, doesn't it? Lots of fish.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen every little twitch and bite from the start. It's not that. It's just because when the peg matches, you're close proximity, and you're in a lot of room for error.
If the lines come together, that does cause a problem. But no, we've been good.
Yep. No. All right, isn't it?
Yep. Excellent.
Charlie Needham with a couple of casts left. He's still scratching out the odd dab, but it is proving hard work. He had a brilliant spell mid-match, but the fish have drifted away from him. And from everyone, to be fair. That's been a bit tricky, second part of proceedings, but nice thing about this is you can just see the little 19-20 centimetre dabs plucking at it, and I just hope the bait's big enough that they don't get that and a big old whiting comes swimming along and has it, because it's literally going down to the last couple of casts. I did have a good spell myself, and while Dave Wright was quiet, I managed to pull him back, and when I checked a minute ago there was absolutely nothing in it between us. But having said that, he just had a triple shot on the last cast of decent whiting at a bit of distance, so I imagine he's found them, and that always looks ominous when people do that. But anyway, it's only a bit of fishing and it's only a bit of fun, so we crack on. I just need this to crank over with 3 big whiting. But look at that, that's not a big whiting, that's a dab. That could be the cast that beats me. He's got a double shot. When there's not much about, experience for you. That's the trouble, but there's an awful lot of really good sea match anglers, and you mustn't think because you're not 30 you can't have a go at it, because a lot of the very best anglers I know are between 60 and 82, and I'm not joking. What they lack in running about ability, they more than make up for in cunningness, I can assure you that. No, you're alright. They went missing, but you found them now. Look at this for a triple shot.
Bit flipping late, isn't it?
Yeah. They are 34, aren't they?
No.
32.
Sit your tail down. He's touching 33, look.
Yep, alright, yep, 33. See, these are quality fish at the end of the match.
Sit your nose on there. 33 again.
Yep, 33, and the other one looks like he's the same. Mega points. Yeah.
33.
Yeah, he's going to be the same.
Triple shot of 33.
Yeah, no, and you've been struggling for the last hour, but they've turned up, haven't they?
Yeah, a bit late, innit? A bit late in the day.
Well, no, that's overtook me.
Yeah, but you ain't reeled in.
Well, I know there's nothing on there. I can see everything. There you go.
99 centimetres.
Jack's got a little dab, you see. He was doing really well, and now he's the one who's fallen off the whales. Or so have I, to be honest. So this is how close that's been right all the way through the match. For that triple shot's taken Charlie up to 764. That was massive.
78 points.
And I am on 687, so that I'd say is probably insurmountable now, but never mind.
Not over yet to the fat lady.
No, it's not over yet.
Lady sings.
No, we'll keep going, we just need a bit of luck. But I know there's a baby dab on there. There's Mike Topping. You've seen him before lots of times. But there you go. Right, now it comes to the conclusion. We've got to sign all the cards off. You've done me at the last minute, haven't you? Yeah. You have?
Sorry about that.
Oh, I can live with it. That's all right. Charlie's done the same. Just in the last couple of casts, I just lost them, and that was that. Never mind.
Let Boy finish up.
Wouldn't like to say. He's had 2 triple shots on the last 2 casts. He's up there somewhere.
So he's beat me.
I think he's beat his dad. I don't think. Yeah, yeah. You'll have a pleasant drive home.
That's the only thing that counts in our house.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right, so all we've got to do then is get these all signed off. They'll go up to Tony up the top, and he'll sort the results out before it gets dark, hopefully.
Sure, you must be joking.
Yeah, I know.
749.
Anyway, that's it for this year. So we'll be back in the new year. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good Christmas.
Thanks for coming. Slight change for the payout. What we've done is made it like two separate matches. That is 2 zones. each zone is a separate match, and we've gone down to 5th place in each zone, right?
Still not got that.
And also the winner will obviously get the Super Pool, so that's how the winner gets the bit extra, right? So in zone A, with 50 fish, 749 points, Alan Doyle. Don't run off at the end, please. We want to take a tucky picture, right? Second in zone A, with 48 fish, 685, Gary Megler. I got some more for you, but I forgot to bring it again. Next time. Fourth in zone A, with 43 fish, 548, Tom Gibbs.
Well done, Tom.
I'm going to do this the other way around. Third place in zone A, from Galston, I think, is Mark Wilkie. Well done. 55, 672, one of his first. Well done.
Thank you very much.
It's his first real match up here. And in 5th place, a surprise one here, 41 fish, 521, JC.
Coming through.
In zone B, with 57 fish, 836 points, Kevin Green.
Well done, Kevin.
In 2nd place, with 58 fish, 801 points, Mark Gooch. And in 3rd place, with 54 fish, 786, Charlie Needham. In 4th place, get these the right way round. Ooh. With 52 fish, 749, Dave Wright. You can go home now. And in 5th place with 49 points, with 715, is Pond Pete. Pete Simmons, the cameraman.
Cheers,
Pete.
thanks very much.
Heaviest flat, not particularly very brilliant today, but it was a 25 centimetre dab, 16 points. It was a share between Mark Gooch and Mike Topping.
Well done.
We've just taken what you put down on the card. We haven't gone through the cards, right? So this is what you recorded at the end, okay? So you'll have to share this. The heaviest round was a pout, a 31 centimetre pout, worth 45 points. Alan Dunn. Thank you. And a little bit of extra Christmas dosh for the Super Pools. So the overall winner was Kevin Green.
Nice job, Kevin.
And second in the Super Pools, Mark Gooch. And third in the Super Pools, Charlie Needham. Right, that was all the individual stuff. Of course, we had our little town team challenge.
Apparently the other two kings then got lost on the wax. The other one let us down as well, he thinks, oh, what direction?
No money for this, just bragging rights, right? We had 5 teams today, and what we did is we put people in the team in the town that they will live closest to. All right. So in 5th place, we had 5 teams, was Kings Lynn
That's them two.
with 19 points. In 4th place was Hales with 16 points. 3rd was Holt with 13 points. 2nd was Lowestoft with 10 points. And the winners today was Norwich.
Yes!
With 9 points. And the team was Gary Medler, Richard Hipperson,
Yes, I won!
and Kevin Green.
Shake his hand.
You got the ladies trophy, you know.
I'll take that.
No, I'm joking.
I'm joking.
No, you don't take it home.
Oh, right, okay. Don't look at it too close. It was definitely something about ladies.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just the 3 of us. Come on, team. Everyone
I
else.
want I want to take a picture of everybody with the.
No, just this one. This is the important one. This is what it's about.